I'm Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the Manos Metro hanging toiletry case, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. Let's jump in. So this toiletry case has a capacity of just over 3 liters, which is a good size, especially if you're going to carry a lot of gear like I tend to. This is the Oxford blue colorway, but you can also get it in carbon black. Either way, we have a nylon twill exterior that's sort of a little noisy, but it's fine. And then there's vegan leather accents where we see the Manos logo here. This is vegan leather, and then also these little loops on the side are vegan leather. And then these are, they work if you want to carry it like this by like one finger, but they're also supposed to be so that you can like stand up a toothbrush and like let it dry if you have this sitting on the counter. However, it does have a little bit of a large footprint. So if you have a tiny countertop around your sink like I do, you'll be happy to know that the whole point of this is a hanging toiletry bag. So we've got this webbing strap on the back and it attaches with magnets. And then there's like this little loop at the top where you could put this over a hook if you had that. But what I mostly did was there's another snap back here and then it goes right around like I had it hanging with my shower rod. So it was like right by my sink where I was staying, and there was this, so that worked out really well. And then you'll see when we get into it that the organization is really designed for this whole hanging purposes. Of course, it is called a hanging bag, so that's not very surprising. We have unbranded zippers, but I never had any issue with them. They work really well. There's nice metal pulls that are easy to grasp all over this. And then other than, you know, the magnetic snaps, that's about it around this whole bag. All right, so just looking around the outside of this bag, you might think there are several secondary compartments, but there's really just one, and it's back here. It's this rear zipper. It's just a one-sided zipper, but I never had any issues with it. It sort of goes from the loop to the loop. Never have any issues. I mean, if you have it hanging here, you know, your toothbrush is still going to mean you can grab it. Like it's not really blocking anything, so that's nice. So when you open it up, this is what you'd find on more minimalist toiletry bags. This is usually all you get. So we have, first of all, there's a recycled polyester liner, which is pretty easy to wipe clean, which is nice. And then we have 4 of these like elastic loops back here, and they hold really well. They hold toiletry bottles in place. I've got some toothpaste here. And then there's one at the top for your toothbrush. I do have to say that this isn't the toothbrush I typically use, and the one I use has a little bit of a fatter handle. You really need a slim handled toothbrush in order to have this fit inside. Otherwise, I ended up sometimes just laying my toothbrush on top of the bottles. Keep that in mind if that bothers you. You'll want to sort of try it out before you go to stick in your favorite toothbrush, especially some of those ones that fold. They're not going to fit in here, unfortunately. But around the other side, we have a zippered compartment, and I've got like a pill organizer case pack here. But it's also a great spot, like if I had like some earplugs or like other little tiny accessories that you don't want bouncing around and getting lost. It's nice to have a place to zip them up inside somewhere so they don't like fall out the side. I mean, it'd be pretty hard for them to fall out the side, but they could if this tips over. And then there's a little bit of space left in between. You can see I've got a soap case here, you know, so if there's just a few more things you want to like slide in, especially like this is the sort of gear that basically once I get to my destination, I'm going to pull out and put some of it just in the shower and then not have to go into this while I am on vacation. So that's sort of how I liked organizing this bag. So if you are finding this video helpful, go ahead and click like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content like this to help you travel smarter. Now let's go into the main compartment, and with this hanging toiletry bag, there are actually 2 ways you can get in. So this front zipper isn't just a like little compartment, it's actually access to the main compartment, like the lower half. Once we're hanging it up, I'll show you in a second. So that like you can get, in my case, makeup or hairbrush or whatever while you are en route. I do have to say, so that's really great because, you know, I can just touch up my hair, no big deal. But if you can see, yes, you can see. So if you can see, that is the bottom of my foundation bottle, because when you pack this from the inside, everything is going to be one direction and then it flips up. And so you are accessing this all entirely upside down. Now you could then pack it this way so that it's better access from outside, but then when you go to hang it up, everything's upside down. So you win some, you lose some. I choose to pack it so that when I access it from the inside, everything is right side up, but that just keep that in mind, things will flip. So especially if you don't have a lot of things in there, they're gonna shuffle en route. I have enough things in here that I don't really have that happen, but they will be like upside down depending, there's just no way around it. But anywho, it is nice to have that like external access sometimes if you just need a little touch up, or heck, even if you're going through TSA and they're like, hey, we need to see your liquids. If you have them in this part, you can just access it, pull it out, put it through separately, and then it's really easy to access. That would work out really well. I didn't need to do that because I have TSA pre-check, but anywho. There is a dual-sided zipper to get into the main compartment here, and it goes like all the way around the bottom of the bag, and that is so it can open completely clamshell so that you can hang it up. So you can see it makes it really convenient to access this way. So I'm going to start at the top here. Again, we've got that same recycled polyester liner, and then we've got two very large slip pockets here. I used this one for my razor to be pointed down because I've had it before in more of that back area where it was a little more open, and I've cut my finger because I'm accident prone like that. But this way it's kind of nice, and then when I get to my destination, I just pull it out, stick it in the shower, and then I don't have to worry about running into it. And then this also worked well for like makeup brushes and like some face cream. I've got my deodorant here, just things that like you need when you're like maybe by the sink, or at least that's how I did it. You know, things that I needed by the sink, I kept in these pockets so that I could access them by the sink. And then other things that I needed in the shower, I put in the other section and then just unpacked at my destination. Anywho, so then here you see we've got this zipper opening this mesh compartment, and this is the same part that we were accessing. See my hairbrush? This is the same part that we were accessing from the outside previously. And so I've got like my makeup, my foundation bottle, some makeup palette, hairbrush, whatnot. And then it just makes it really easy to like pull out, put on, put back. But this is why I chose to pack it this way, because most of the time I just had this hanging up. I didn't really need it while I was traveling or whatnot. So I liked doing it that way. It's just something to keep in mind if that's going to irritate you, like, or if you're packing a lot of things and you need the thing that here is right at the top. Well, it might be at the bottom, like nail clippers or tweezers or something. It might have slid to the bottom once you flip it up. These are really, really minor concerns that didn't actually give me any concern. It's just things that you should be aware of when you're checking out this bag. So there you have it, the Manos Metro hanging toiletry bag. Thanks for keeping it here, Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.